So will we get rid of the pandemic nightmares as the first half of 2020 will end soon? For months, Hong Kong's economy has been severely hit by the coronavirus outbreak. Until now, it's difficult for us to estimate the detriment being caused. Hong Kong has suffered consecutive declines in GDP growth rates from 4.6% in January 2018 to minus 2.9% in January 2020. Startups are definitely one of the victims. In view of the global upheaval, how could startups brave through the pandemic? Dr. Chang, can you share with us, please?
There's no doubt it's a challenging time for all these startups, but I think it's very important to keep your faith and confidence. Hong Kong has been doing very well in terms of the startup cultivation, so it's already built a brand that we can attract investors. So keep your faith, and also the adoption of digitalization is much better than before. So whether it's investors, customers, or government, they're open up for more innovation in terms of the digital technologies. So there's a lot of opportunities out there. If we keep our faith, keep it going, we can solve this problem and we can grow even better after the pandemic.
So Jason, please share your feelings with us.
According to financial data company PitchBook, a lot of startups are indeed facing existential risk of survival. In fact, the data showed that a lot of startups who have raised funds in the last 12 to 18 months are coming to the end of their funding cycle. And a lot of them would literally outrun out of cash within this year. Even for big players like the investment fund, SoftBank Vision Fund, which backed a lot of big unicorns like WeWork or Uber, they admit that there are about 15 portfolio companies that may not have enough cash for 2020. Now in Hong Kong, of course, the pandemic impact is severe, and it was reflected in our first quarter GDP decline. And that came in on top of the 7 months of social unrest last year. So it is really devastating. For startups, I think no doubt, first and foremost, survival. Anything else is secondary. But at the same time, how do you view survival and not losing sight of the opportunity arising from the pandemic and of the crisis? As we said, don't waste a crisis. That is important because a lot of successful startups today have their business model and successful products and services from the worst crisis of their times. So being able to position yourself well in the recovery process would be the key to success in the future. Now, in terms of survival, what the startup should do is, of course, conserve cash, reduce cost, change and, if possible, make all the fixed costs into variable costs, and seek government funding. It's time to strengthen partnership with established players like those of the industrialists, and also try to do your best with opportunities out there. Seek help from mentors and existing shareholders and investors. However, above all, act fast and speed matters.
So Daniel, how can we look for government to help us?
I think recently, because of the pandemic situation, many people work from home, so the government reacts very quickly, and they release a DBS, kind of a funding scheme. So the DBS is providing 500 million Hong Kong dollar supporting scheme to all the companies and small factories. And every company can enjoy 300,000 kind of support. So that provide a startup a business opportunity, which if their scope of working is within those tele-working environment, so that I think that will help them to apply for those funding scheme. I think this is a part of the scheme.
At HSBC, we see the challenges SME face since last year with the trade war and social unrest. So we launched quite a number of relief measures. And we're stepping that up in February when we see the COVID-19 impact influencing a lot of manufacturers, traders, and particularly the trade loan extension helped them a lot because we offer that automatically without the need for application with an 80% take-up rate. And recently, we're also a big supporter of the SFGS 100% guarantee scheme launched by the Mortgage Corp. And we mobilize a lot of frontline and support staff and use all the virtual channel to do tutorial webinars, helping them grab it such that they can apply quickly and get the funding as soon as possible.
Yeah, Federation, we are a big supporter of the 100% guarantee loan because for SME, or even the startup, the 4 million loan, you can get it quite easily, quite quickly. So we partner with HSBC to have some webinar, and HSBC promises, the startup will have a quick access to the loan,
Sure. Great. Thank you all for your sharing. I'm very encouraged by hearing from the dialogue today that there are many stakeholders in the society that will help the startups get through all these pandemic situation. So hopefully the success of Hong Kong startups will continue. In our next episode, we will have a sharing from one of our mentors in the STARS program. So we will have Alan Zhang from Grandian Industries will share with us his experience in this STARS program. So stay tuned. Thank you.